In this video, I'm going to make just one small correction to task 18. Towards the end, we were comparing the results in the probabilistic analysis to the results in the deterministic analysis. And one step that is not in the instructions, which should be in the instructions, is to change the calculation approach back to deterministic. If we don't do this, which we didn't in the previous video, then the results we have on the deterministic result sheet is actually just one iteration of the probabilistic analysis. So what I'm doing in this very short video is I have manually overridden the calculation approach to deterministic. And I'm just showing you on the right what happens to the deterministic results when we do that. So the actual true deterministic results, when we have a willingness to pay threshold of 100,000, when we have 48 cycles instead of 60, we have an ISA of $92,808 for treatment B and a positive incremental net monetary benefit. So treatment B is cost effective in the deterministic analysis. In the probabilistic analysis, what we find is that the ISA is above 100,000 and the expected incremental net monetary benefit is negative. So that finding that I mentioned in the previous video still holds. You get different results in the probabilistic analysis as you do in the deterministic analysis. But we just need to be careful to make sure that we set the calculation approach to deterministic before making that comparison, right? If we have this on probabilistic, which is what it was on the previous video, then on our deterministic result sheet, what this is showing us is actually just the very first iteration, because this iteration value is 1, the very first iteration of the probabilistic analysis, which by coincidence is very close to the deterministic result. But that is just a coincidence. So we should not have been comparing the probabilistic result to that, 91,000. And there is this warning here that I should have pointed out in the previous video. So don't use these deterministic results without changing this to deterministic. But nevertheless, I don't think you're able to override that on your exercise sheets. So I'm showing you here what happens if you were to. And I will be correcting the exercise to allow for that in future. So in the deterministic analysis, treatment B is cost effective. In the probabilistic analysis, it is not cost effective. When we have a time horizon of 48 cycles, when we have a willingness to pay threshold of $100,000. And which of these should we use? Should we use the deterministic results or the probabilistic results? Well, because this is a non-linear model, we would expect to have different results in the probabilistic analysis than we do in the deterministic analysis. And so we should use the probabilistic results. It would be incorrect to use the deterministic results because those deterministic results disregard all of the uncertainty in the model that we have been dealing with during part 2. Okay, and because that uncertainty is real, because we have that uncertainty in practice, we should be using the probabilistic results, not the deterministic results.